This is Glambition Radio, episode number 288. It's Flip the Script Summer.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Glambition Radio.
Glambition Radio.
Glambition Radio.
Glambition Radio.
Glambition Radio.
Glambition Radio.
Welcome to Glambition Radio. I am your host, Allie Brown. I'm an entrepreneur, mentor, investor, and founder of The Trust, the modern premier network for 7- and 8-figure women leaders. I love thinking big, doing different, and exploring ideas that disrupt the status quo, especially when it comes to women, because we are creating the new models for leadership, business success, making money, and changing the world. And hey, we're doing it with style. So let's go. Okay, well, first of all, happy summer. The kids and I are packing to leave next week for our annual road trip through Southern California. You know, we love living here in Arizona. It's a great home base here in Scottsdale. Great lifestyle year-round. Minus the summers. They get a little hot, like the surface of the sun. And we miss the ocean. So, you know, we just make sure to get back a lot during June, July, August, as much as we can. But we do one big trip, and that's coming up right now. We're going to be gone for a few weeks. We're making stops in Coronado, La Jolla, Carlsbad, up to Laguna, Newport Beach. It's a 6-hour drive from here to the coast, so I may break it up with an overnight or two as well. The kids are such great travelers. They've been on planes or on the road since they were about 2, so comes really naturally to all of us. And I can tell it's time when we're all getting a little restless here. So what am I doing with the show while we're gone? What's happening to Glambition Radio? Well, something new and fun. And, you know, I've wanted to do this for a while. It started with many of you asking for more solo episodes. And I love that you love my interviews, but I also selfishly love that you love hearing from me, and only me sometimes. So thank you. I just dropped one, if you missed it, a few days ago. Make sure you didn't miss that one, episode 287, titled The Old Way versus the New Way. And, you know, on my solos, if you've heard them before, I share a lot about what's going on with me, my observations about business, the world, some advice, stories from my past, all kinds of things. And I'm thinking, well, what's the next best thing to doing a whole summer series of solo episodes? And the answer is a summer series of great shows where you get to hear more of me, but it's the flip side and I'm being interviewed. So the entire month of June is Flip the Script Summer here on Glambition Radio. So you're used to hearing me in the seat of the interviewer, but for the next several shows, you get to hear me in the other seat. Now, I've been on some great shows over the last year or two. Some you may know of, some you may not. These interviews led me into some deep conversations where I really think some of my best stories, admissions, revelations came out, and I want to share these with you. I think you're going to really love them. I mean, they're jam-packed with gems of insights I have from my past, things from my entire career, and I mean, going way back. And as always, as you know, I have a humorous take on things, you know, for entertainment value. So the first drop is going to be my recent interview on Lisa Larter's She Talks Business podcast. And Lisa and I agree on so many things, including the insanity, even call it gaslighting, I would say, taught within many of the brainwashed online marketing spaces. Lisa is a solid coach. She's a 7-figure business leader. She's also a past client of mine and founding member of The Trust. So I've gotten to know her really well. And this conversation, though, was really special. We dive into the why and how of the sharp right turn I made back in the middle 2010s when I decided to disassemble my complex business and these large-scale programs and create some space and instead rebuild something I was feeling really deeply called to. And I also talk about the behind-the-scenes details of my experience on the ABC primetime reality show Secret Millionaire. That was back in 2011. And it had such a profound impact on the direction of my business and my identity and just so much more. And the next one is an interview I did last summer with my longtime friend, Beth Davis, on her podcast, Align by Your Design. I give a full walkthrough of how I built a profitable brand that has lasted for over 20 years. I mean, this has gone through so many variations to suit my personal evolution, though. And that's what I feel makes it something to really listen to. You're going to hear about my own human design and life purpose as well, which Beth has really helped me tune into over the years with her incredible modalities and skill sets. And then third is my appearance on Jamie Masters' podcast, The Eventual Millionaire. This one's from a bit further back than the others. It was recorded in 2020. I mean, it's not ancient, but this was so good. I was sitting around the table with my team and I'm like, what were the best podcasts that I've been on the last few years? And this one absolutely came up as one of the top. Jamie and I take the conversation back to even when I started things way back in the 90s. And I share the story of when I picked up one of those AOL CDs. Some of you are old enough to remember this. The internet was just coming out. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, we will explain to you. Don't worry. But we go into depth of how, I do things so differently today, and how I really feel your best bet is to do things completely outside and the opposite of your industry. Jamie's interviewed 500 multimillionaires on how they've created and sustained millionaire wealth. So she knows how to do a good interview, and we have just such a great conversation that goes some places that I don't think I've gone before. And then last up, but the most juicy, is my past client, Tara Marino's show, The Beautiful Soul-Led Life. Tara and I get real about the consequences of operating out of alignment. That's really where I was when I made those big changes that were a long time overdue. And we talk about why it's more important than ever for women to get in tune with who they really are, to fully honor and trust ourselves. We talk about the feminine collective, what is happening right now worldwide, how to use triggers to powerfully up-level and become a more confident leader. I also share about my decision to homeschool my twins who just turned 9. And, Tara gets it. She does things out of the box as well in an even more beautiful way that I can't compare with. She's pulled her kids out of school at times, taken her boys to live in Paris for a few years. They lived aboard a boat in Greece. You've done these incredible things. So you're going to really love this discussion about doing things out of the box and with a little style. If you'd like to subscribe to any of these shows now, by the way, we're going to put links in the show notes. All of these are great shows that I would highly recommend listening to. If you like my show, you're going to like these as well. And get ready for these to be delivered to you. These are going to be delivered right to you. If you're listening to Glambition Radio right now and you are a subscriber, these will be the next several episodes that land in your podcast app. So we made this so easy for you. Last reminder before I head out the door to finish packing, and that is we are doing Iconic all over again this fall. I'm so excited. We are putting together the details now. It's going to be happening on November 2nd and 3rd here in Phoenix, Arizona. And guess what? We've already got a page where you can go get the basic info. You can get on our priority notification list. This way, you won't miss it. When seats open, we'll have all the details available for you so you can decide if it's a fit for you this year. We'd love you to consider joining us. Go to iconicwithallybrown.com. And if you're a little late to the game, you're like, what is Iconic? What is this thing, by the way? I've heard about it. I don't really understand. It's a renowned 2-day power up for women business owners of a certain level. They're done with the formulas. They're done with the rah-rah events. They're like, where can I just get in a serious room of amazing women leaders? We exchange some amazing information, best practices. I walk you through some frameworks to flip your thinking on things, level you up, and then you leave in a different state of mind. You leave in a different frequency. There's nothing like it. Go to iconicwithallybrown.com. You have nothing to lose. Just get on the list so you will get the details when they are available. And, my last bits of advice, I don't know, maybe it's because I've become a mom too. And, I hit the big 5-0 last summer and it just puts things in so much perspective is get out and play. All right. I'm taking some time off. I think you should too. My team's going to keep things going till I'm back online later this summer. And remember, we only have so many summers in this lifetime. So get outside, have fun, but listen to Glambition Radio. And Instagram's the best place to follow me. I'll be posting some fun photos during our travels when I am online. My handle there is Allie Brown Official, and I want you to get outside and play. Have a great summer. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Glambition Radio. If you enjoy the show, make sure you subscribe so you automatically get my new shows every week. Also, I'd love if you left us a review so more women like you can discover us. We're on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, and other major platforms. And I'd love to hear from you personally. Come join the conversation on social. Instagram is my happy place lately, and that's Allie Brown Official, but you can find links to my other platforms at alliebrown.com. Glambition Radio is the elevated conversation for women leaders, and I'm honored you tuned in.